Hello viewers and welcome to this new video. Today we are in Battle of Warships and we are in a new ship review, today featuring the HMS Royal Sovereign. So this ship is probably the ship that you first have played on with, because you usually see on the statistics of the ship and you see that Royal Sovereign is actually better than the Carl Galster, that is the second ship you get for free. But I think that Carl Galster is more fun and you should play that one, not only because it is more fun, but also because it has probably a better performance. But you can still do well with the Royal Sovereign. It is still a not bad ship. Of course, it's one of the worst ships that you can find, but you can still go good with this ship. So, let's start viewing the details of the ship we are about to review. The ship has 201,000 HP. That isn't a lot, but for a ship of this tier is plenty, and you don't need many HP in low tier battles, even though you're gonna play an aggressive gameplay most of the time because you are at the beginning of the game and you don't know very well how to play, so you're gonna play quite aggressively, and so having more HP is a very good thing. Speed-wise, she is very fast, one of the fastest battleships that are present out there, and honestly it is a very good thing to have a good speed much early in the game, because with a good maneuverability is also funnier to play. Also, it has a very good turning. In fact, 30 seconds for a 40 knot speed is very good. A good feature of the Royal Sovereign are the main guns, that even though they have low damage, they have still a decent reload time, not as the Repulse for example or as destroyers, but is still lower than the average reload time of battleships. Secondary gun wise, they are decent, not the best. They are only useful if you have to fight a ship in extremely close quarters. In fact, 869 meters are not a lot at all. AA guns, you have decent AA guns. For a ship of this tier, they are plenty, and with your speed and maneuverability you don't have problem avoiding aircraft. You have no torpedoes and neither interceptors. For the flags, I bet you use the Brazilian one, that gives you a more aggressive gameplay and probably is more safe to play with. But if you want the best performance, go for the American one. It's more competitive, and even though the damage it adds is not that much, you will still do a lot more with the American than the Brazilian one. But if you wanna have fun, just go with the Brazilian flag. For the other things, I bet you for the beginning of the game, choose the dollar bonus flag, so the Bravo one, the red one, because it's better to have more money at the beginning instead of more rank. For the camouflage and the stickers, choose whatever you want. And here we are. I said that this ship is not bad at all, but it has plenty disadvantages. I already have a ship review of this one in the channel. That is actually a tutorial how to play the ship. It has many good tactics, and even though it is a very old video, I bet you watch it because it's quite fun. But we are in a new video today, and let's have a new battle and see how the ship performs into battle. And here we are in a new battle with the Royal Sovereign. I have a live commentary right now, so I'm gonna talk over while I'm playing. As you can see, even though we have a very low tier ship, we are in the second top scoreboard for the HP. In this map, we already have ships in range almost at the beginning of the match, and while we can fire at the enemy, they can also fire at us. so it's better to keep your eyes open and see where the enemies are going already. As you can see, this ship is very fast. Most of the players that plays with higher tier ships already have noticed how fast this ship is, even though she is a very early war ship and it shouldn't be that fast. But with the build I have, it is very fast. I'm firing at that repulse, and she just rammed a Dunkirk. That actually she is a Rudney, and so now I have a lower chance to hit the water. Instead, I'm hitting both of them. It's very important to get focus fire with the ship, so choose always the ship that is lowest on HP, not because you wanna take the kill, but because you want to not get damage from her. Of course, if the ship is behind and there is another ship that is more dangerous, for example, here we have a Rodney right here that is destroying pretty much our teammate, is more dangerous, so I'm gonna fire at her instead of the other one Rodney that I was firing before. So you want to conserve your HP, staying in the back of the battle, and if you have to push, do it with your teammate, because you do not have many HP, and even though you have not bad HP still, there are ships with more HP and you can't stand a fight in at least a 2v1. In a 1v1 you can actually survive, but not anymore. We almost have the range for the secondaries, and here they are shooting. They are quite good actually, but as you can see they are not dealing enough damage, at least not as the main armament is doing. Also, you might see I have 165,000 right here, and it's not a lot. And while the main armament has a good reload, we don't deal that much damage, as I said before on the specification of the ship. And that's a bad thing, because for example against this Grosserker first, she might actually win the fight, because she has more damage and a similar reload time. She also has more HP base than me. Probably she is not upgraded, and she is not. I have more HP than her right now, but I can still do a lot of damage to her. And as you can see on my left side right here, there are enemies right here, and it's not a good thing at all. Rodney right here is a very dangerous target. So even though I'm not gonna deal that much damage to her, I'm still gonna fire at her, because she is a very big problem. Secondaries are shooting the Grosserker first, so I will let her with the secondaries while I'm shooting this Rodney. I'm doing quite a lot of damage to this Rodney, but she's probably gonna sig me before I kill her. And there is this repulse right here that I'm gonna shoot at and get the kill in. The Grosserker first is almost dead, and I can take the kill on her right now, and I can actually get cover once. Unfortunately, we are likely not gonna survive this fight. We can still deal much more damage, and I hope so much that our teammate Brooklyn can do something, because enemies are still firing at me at this point. There is an enemy destroyer firing at me right there, and the only target I can shoot at effectively is the Rodney. The enemy destroyer got a fire on me, and that's not good at all. And the enemy aircraft carrier has a kill on our Brooklyn, unfortunately. Luckily, I am out of range from the enemy destroyer, and I can rest a bit. It seems right now that this Rodney is coming for me, and I pretty much think that she will finish me off. Nothing I can do more than taking the shot before her and hoping that she doesn't kill me in one shot. Unfortunately, she gets her shot and destroys me, ending the battle in a defeat. While this is a very low tier ship, of course, 447,000 damage is not bad at all for this kind of ship. Unfortunately, we got a defeat on our team, but we still got the top of the scoreboard with a lot of damage and most than double the damage that the second did. So if you are a good player and you learn very quickly in this game, this ship is very powerful for you. Even though Cargalster might be more fun, the ship is fun too, if you play that right. As you can see, we did a lot of shots. We shoot 240 shells on the enemy, and we got a huge damage with the secondary guns, 71k. I said that those secondary guns were not very effective, and they are not, because unless you get in a situation like this one I did, you are not gonna use those secondaries at all, because they have a very short range. But if you get in those range for the secondaries, they are quite good. They don't have that much damage, but you have a lot of them and they have a good reload. And that's it. This was the battle. I hope you enjoyed this one. And tell me in the comment, what do you think about the ship? Did you like her in the beginning of the game, or did you hate her? Are there better ships than her to begin with? Is Cargalster better? Tell me these things in the comment, and without anything left to say, let's see you on the next video. Bye bye.